Guess what, everybody? Brand new Dollar Tree DIYs. I'm Jamie, the Crafty DIY guy. Now for our first DIY, we're going to go ahead and take this piece of wallpaper that you can get from Dollar Tree. I've also grabbed two of these great frames from Dollar Tree. These are the 4x6 size in the gold. We're going to take our wallpaper, we're going to flip this over, and I did go ahead and just take the backing of that frame, and we're going to very simply just kind of trace these out. By the way, these are those lovely like kindergarten pencils. I call them kindergarten pencils, the big fat ones that you used to get as a kid. I love these so much. I love working with them. I love having them in my craft room. So yes, if you're thinking to yourself, this pencil is really large, Jamie, well, yes, it is. I'm going to go ahead and trace two of the spaces here, or the backings from the frames. You can do 2 or 3 probably on a sheet of wallpaper, depending on how many you're doing. And we're going to go ahead and just cut those out. Now, I'm not even going to remove the backing from the wallpaper itself because you don't have to. That's the great thing about this. Now, you have to kind of think about these as a scale project, right? You could do these in large 8x10 frames. You could do these in several different frames. You could do an entire collection of all of these together. All you have to do is very simply cut the wallpaper to size, put it in the frame, and look what you've got. Imagine how cool this would look on your wall if you had maybe 8 to 10 of these. You've got an easy decor project. So fun. This is also super fun. These new kind of rag rugs that they have at Dollar Tree. I loved these so much, and you know that they're in my favorite color. So of course I had to grab them, and I thought that this could be a very cool kind of an accent pillow that I could have on my craft room chair. And I wanted something that would be very versatile and very easy and just very soft and squishy. And these rag pillows are so good. They're so cozy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just take the fringe, and we're going to cut this off of one side. Now, I am leaving just a little bit of space on the end there, and that's important because if you cut down too close, then all of your tassels are going to kind of unravel there, and I want to be able to keep those tassels because we're going to be transferring those over to our new design. So go ahead and just cut those off, and what's great too is that the kind of knitting pattern on the actual rug themselves gives you a nice piece to kind of hang on to and kind of keep it, somewhat straight. Now we're going to go ahead and just take our hot glue gun. You could certainly sew this if you are a sewer. I am not, and I don't have a sewing machine either, and I'm just going to use some hot glue because it's easy. Now, this is a hot glue that is actually made for fabric. You can get a couple different kinds of hot glue, and I kind of keep a different stash of hot glue. You can also just use an absolutely just kind of all-purpose regular hot glue as well. And then all I'm doing is just going kind of right along the lines of where I trimmed that. Now, this is the piece that I trimmed off. So we're going to kind of create like an accent. Now, if you did want to kind of double up your tassels there at the top, you could make them thicker. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of glue this down directly across the middle, kind of giving this like a double tassel kind of a look. And again, because of the knitting and the way that this particular kind of rag rug is made, it's pretty easy to just kind of follow a somewhat straight line and just kind of reattach your tassels kind of all the way across. And I find that it's best if you just do this kind of in smaller batches, kind of like I'm doing. So just do a little line of glue and then just kind of roll this out and just kind of line this up. And then what's so great about this too is now all you have to do is start gluing together one side of this. Now you could certainly do this inside out if you want to and hide the seams. I find with these rag rugs that this is a great way to just kind of seal them up, and I don't overstuff them. I actually keep them pretty light. So it's kind of easy to not really worry so much about the seams and everything. If you are a purist, by all means, please turn your rug inside out and glue it however you want. This is a DIY. This is not anything that you are required to do by any means. And then I'm just going to stuff it. I'm stuffing it with some old pillow stuffing. Sorry, you can't really see it there in the shot. And I'm kind of intentionally stuffing it all at one side, and it kind of looks like it's a little overstuffed. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I kind of want to push everything over to one side so I can glue the ends here. And then again, just adding some hot glue, we're going to push those ends together, and then I will kind of re-fluff and readjust after everything has been glued together. And these make such a fun kind of pillow accent. There's some great colors. I really love the way that this turned out. You can also stuff these with plastic bags and use them for outdoor decor. So many fun things. Now, this is also fun. I found this wooden kind of rainbow kit at my local craft store, and I thought that this was super, super cute and wanted to do something for my bookshelves. Now, I did grab this paint set, and it's got some fun bright like rainbow colors in here. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to grab some red, some orange, some yellow, some green, some blue, and some purple, because my rainbow is going to be those particular colors. Now, the beauty of this, of course, is that you can paint your rainbow any color you want, because you are free to express yourself any way you want. This is a really fun project for the kids. And I'm not going to bore you with going through every single detail of this, but I did paint each kind of section of the rainbow a different color. Now, when I was doing this, I thought, how cool would it be to like paint the sides of this red, but then maybe use wood stain for the rest of it. I kind of wish I would have gone with that, but I ended up just kind of painting them all the individual colors, and I just painted each side. I painted the bottom, I painted the top sides, I painted the insides, I did all the things, and got this in a good spot. Now, depending on the color that I used, some colors did require just one coating, some required a couple. The yellow was probably the most challenging because the wood did show through. I'm sure I could have painted it all white or painted it all, black and then painted over top of it or something like that. But I just kind of kept doing this. There were some good tunes on the TV, and I was listening to some YouTube music, and I just painted it and just enjoyed it. And again, the great thing about this too is that you can paint this any color that you want. And yes, you can see my fingers were a mess. I did kind of clean up in between some of them, but in between some of them, I also did not. Now, this is all done, and as you can see, this is super cute. I love how bright and beautiful this is. I love how it sits on my backdrop in my craft room now, and it's super fun, and it is very much me. What do you guys think? Now, I really love these candlesticks that I picked up from Dollar Tree. And what's so cool about these two is just that they're so versatile. Now, I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the footage here. It is extremely slow for some reason. But the good thing is this is a quick project. This is so easy to do. And it creates the absolute cutest little accent light that you can ever have. You can use this on a bookshelf. You can use this outdoors on a patio. So many fun things. And how easy is this? So much fun. I love the way that this turned out. Now, my Crafter Square section has these very cool kind of great vases, and there's so many fun things that you can do with them. And there's a lot of very easy things you can do, like spray painting them, for example. So I took this red one and I just added one of these oversized pillar candles. I did get that from Dollar Tree. I put it out on my front porch. Such an easy DIY, such a fun pop of color. And yes, that is a Mr. Otis planter that my mother got for me for Christmas. And how adorable is all of this on my new fun spring front porch. I love the colors. I love how everything is blending together, and I am just such a fan of all of this. And I am always a fan of a super easy DIY. This is also easy. This blue vase was one of that previous kind of unpainted. Spray painted it, added a copper light. So easy. This is a solar light, by the way. And yes, at night, this is equally as fun and beautiful outside. Great accent for your deck or for your front porch. So fun. Such a good, easy project once again to do. Now, if you saw my last DIY haul, my last haul from Dollar Tree, you know that I bought this little toilet and I told you I was going to make a DIY with this, and I did not lie. I made the cutest little planter for my bathroom. I literally took this outside. I spray painted it this fun gold, and I've got a toilet planter. Now, this little planter, it doesn't have the right size plants in it. I honestly think this would be super cute with a succulent or something like that in it. I just didn't have any succulent, so I just kind of went with what I had in the craft room, but you get the idea here. So cute. This would be adorable with a succulent and on a shelf in a bathroom. So fun, so cute, and I love it.